So today is the 1st of October. October already, and it's getting dark at 7 o'clock now. I'm a summer person myself. So today is the 1st, and we have Jane's 60th. Actually, Jane was 60, it'll be 60 tomorrow, and she's arranged with the hotel. It's a Holiday Inn hotel that she can have a party up to 12:30, because obviously her 60th is tomorrow. So they've extended it to half an hour, which is unusual. I didn't think hotels did that because of the guests. So I'm in a place called Crick. C-R-I-C-K. It's junction 18 of the M1. What it's famous for is a massive post office, sorting office there. That's all I know it's there for, really. A massive sorting office. I have been there before, and it's been a few years because I had to look up my YouTube to see whether or not it was the same place, or just to remind me of the room. The room's a big square, narrow, sort of long, narrow one. You have to go outside of the back to load in, so hopefully the rain, it's not raining right now, hopefully the rain will stay off, otherwise it'll be the second time in a row, 2 days in a row. Slightly different kit, I'm taking slightly different because I hopefully get there a bit early and I've got a bit time to set it up. Yes, and it's somebody else's birthday today. She gave me the name of the person to have a shout out. Now, this is a fancy dress. So she wants a 70s and 80s fancy dress. She gave me a list of her favourite tracks from when she was at school. Nothing untoward. In fact, I had them all on my hard drive. I didn't have to look for it anywhere else. So it's a 70s and 80s fancy dress. I do like fancy dress parties. Personally, I think when people have a fancy dress party, they tend to have a better time. And I think it's because they'll spend £3 or £4 on a bit of item, a wig or something, and because of that, they have a better time. I don't know what you think. You can comment on that at the bottom. But I think people into fancy dress have a bit of better time. So it's 7 to midnight 30. 12:30, and it's Jane's 60th. Holiday Inn, and it's Crick, which is junction 18 of the M1. I don't need to go down the motorway, and it's a overcast day. It's warm. I've been outside. It's warm, but hopefully the rain will stay off. I say because you've got to go load up from outside. You can't come from the front. Actually, you have to go around the back. I've done it before. I said I've been there before, and I remember it was a room turnaround. And actually, that's not my favourite thing. And I had to wait outside in the car. I think it was like a December day or November day that I did it. And also they had a band, so we were both waiting to try to get in. But so that's that. So I'll hopefully catch you on the other side. It's a hotel. Nothing. I've been there before, and there's nothing that stands out. It's just your average, bland. I suppose Holiday Inn don't want me to tell you that. It's just a bland hotel, really. There's nothing I can say. Look at that. Bit of architecture or something. Okay, take care. I'll see you on the other side. I think I spoke too soon about the weather. It's piddling down. No. So tonight we have the Vertus CS-1000s. And I've also brought out tonight for the first time in like ages, American DJ Pocket Wash on top of the speaker, so I don't need a sub-saves. I've brought Novopro out tonight because I had time to set it up with a black scrim, and on top of that I've got an American DJ Pocket Pro, Freedom Stick, American DJ Stinger 2, black scrim, Equinox combi stand with the XMG DJ 15, Sandisk 4TB SD hard drive is underneath there. So same with that side as well. There's a 60 over there, tucked in for the wrong place. All my empties are over here. I can't, there is no way. I haven't got them on right now. I haven't got them on right now. All my empties are there. There's nothing I can do with those, unfortunately. So yeah, this is Holiday Inn in Crick. We had to park at the back. Can't see it. So we've got a couple of Freedom Sticks here against this banner. In fact, a few banners. So we've got another one there, Time to Boogie, back there, balloons, tables. So here we are. I've got the NE1 Controller, which you probably can see just on the floor there, controlling the American DJ Pocket Pros. Don't look around the back, do we? Got some mats down. It stopped raining when I got here actually, it was pouring out when I left. So around the back, rubbish. cables, bunch of cables there. The Scrims hold a lot, right? And in there's loads of cable. Got a mat there. So I've got the Numark mixdeck controller, my phone which I'm spotting everything, my switch box, my SM58 short wide, her list, empty boxes to put things on, mouse, Sony headphones, pen and paper. I said XMG DJ 15, and underneath there is a Sandisk 4TB SD Extreme. So, and then there's the controller there. I forgot to put this cable inside. I forgot to put it inside because I don't take these Novopro Pros out a lot. I forgot. Yeah, so that's all my rubbish. Got my wig for later on. So fancy dress, right? There is a banner here, another banner, which they left for me to hang up, but they wanted to put it here, but I said I'd be blocking it out and I can't figure it out. So yeah. So it's a Holiday Inn in Crick. I've got the twinkly light on faces, as you know, that's what I like. There's the cake, here we are. Jane's 60th. It's spooky. So we come through here. Oops, red carpet. Only the red carpet. Photo booth man's here. Blast photo booth man. Oh, yeah. The red carpet is the entrance. The spooky party is spooky. Blast. I've seen that brand before. So here we go. Here's all my rubbish. I can't do anything with the rubbish. There's nowhere to put it. 60 there. The lights over there's a bit. What can you do? I said can we move it, but because it's not theirs, they left it. I think in fact her DJ doesn't have a stand. They say they have a table and he gets an angle here, so I'm not sure what he brings out. But yeah, these pocket washers, I haven't brought them out for absolutely ages. So I thought it'd be different. I stuck them on a speaker, nothing too elaborate, sound to light. Because obviously disco, retro disco, all the lights, right? I didn't bring I could have brought my spherones, but I didn't, as a mirror ball. So that's it. Well, as you can see, I've moved some rubbish out. The big bulky stuff is gone. I asked the coordinator and she opened up a room for me. There's some little stuff here, but it was the big bulky, it was the bins, the bag for the bins and the totems and stuff. There's only a little few bags there. Not so bad, it's not looking so bad. Actually, the event person was quite helpful here, offered me a drink, as much as you want, gave me a room to put the stuff in. Got a table ready because that's the DJ uses a table, the in-house DJ uses a table, so the table ready. So, well, people coming in slowly but surely, it's 20 to 8. I recognise the table there, pink ladies and T-birds, that's obviously Greek. I think there's a guy dressed up as Slash, the guitarist, or Alice Cooper, I think, over there. I think I saw someone dressed up as Ghostbusters, not too sure. But they're all coming drifting. The bar's not here, the bar's in another room, that's the problem here. It's another room. It's through that door where the photo booth is, and through the main bit, and then there's the bar. Someone came up and said, "Can you turn it up?" So I turned it up. Normally I like to have a little chat first, but obviously not. So that was Jane's birthday celebrations, and a good time was had by all. As I mentioned before, I think when people have fancy dress, I think they have a better time. I think because they get the effort of buying something, they get the effort of dressing up, etc. And I think they have a bit of better time. I don't know what your comments are on that. As you saw, the walls are decorated with some big posters, banners type of thing. They weren't your cheapo plasticky things. They were actually some kind of thin materials with proper eyelets. They were quite big, as you saw on the wall. She got them from Amazon. Obviously, they were taken down by the hotel staff during the evening for Jane to collect the next day. I don't know what she's going to do with them, because there were quite a few and they were big. So it was well decorated in that respect. I said everyone had a good time by all. It was a sort of 70s and 80s disco, and in the main there was a better reaction to the 80s, so there's a lot of 80s. And of course somebody kept on coming up, obviously slightly younger than the group itself, kept on coming up and saying, "Have you got any Dua Lipa?" I said, it's a 70s and 80s fancy dress, can't you tell? And then she come up to say, "Oh, and have you got any?" And I thought, it's a 70s and 80s. What I actually did is that when they all went out to get the food, one of the first requests of Dua Lipa, I sort of stuck it then when everyone was out queuing. But I mean, you know, she can see all these people in fancy dress, and I thought, wow. So the hotel, when I got in there, the coordinator asked if I wanted to use a table. The table's already, she said. I said, don't use a table, because their guy, whoever it is, does use a table. And they've never seen the system spread out on that far wall. Apparently it's always been angled in the corner, so I don't know what they use or anything. But yeah, they asked me if I want anything to drink, which is great. And then one of the staff members, one of the younger lads, came in and said, "Do you want anything to drink?" Which is great. I wasn't pushed out or rushed out to get out of the place. I took my time. Actually, I got out about 1:45 actually at the end of the day. But yeah, so all in all, the venue, the people were nice. The venue was square room. The plugs were at hand. Couldn't ask for anything else. Just the loading was coming from the outside. It stopped raining when I got there. It was raining when I left. When I got there, it stopped raining. Thank God for that. And although I put all my rubbish behind me, because there was nowhere to be seen, I did say to the coordinator when she came back in and saw the system all set up, I said, "Oh God," I said, "it's a shame really, I put my stuff behind." And she said, "Oh, I can open a room for you." So she opened one of the rooms for me, a meeting room or something, one of their offices. It wasn't a big, and I managed to put all the big bulky stuff there, which was great, and only a couple of smaller bits, so it didn't look so bulky behind me. So that was good of them to say that, because normally they don't bother, do they? So yeah, yeah, that's that. They had 2 birthdays actually. There was another friend of hers whose birthday was actually on Saturday. Now Jane's birthday actually wasn't until Sunday, so it didn't finish till 12:30. So at 12 o'clock she wanted to hear Dexys just before her birthday. She wanted to have Dexys on, Dexys Not Runners on just before 12 o'clock. So that's what I did, of course. And as you saw in the video, there was a guy dressed up in a little skirt. I presume it was his wife. I don't know. I didn't go in that deep. And he did bring a little vacuum cleaner. And so I put Break Free on. I said to him, "Have you got a vacuum cleaner?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you want me to do this?" He said, "Go on then." I said, "Anyone who wears a dress, skirt or whatever, I mean, obviously it's got to be up for a bit of fun, isn't it, I guess." And yes, you know, and as one of her requests was the tweets. Yes, the Birdie song. Oh my God, it's been such a long time. I don't even know when I played it, but it was on a list. Her and her 3 friends had a crack at it. They enjoyed it. So that was all. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what songs you play, as long as everyone's happy. In fact, Jane was so happy. Not only did she send me a nice email Sunday, but on Monday she sent me a 5-star review on Trustpilot, which is very, very, very nice of her. So yeah, so that went down well. So yeah, so that's it really. I've got a little break now. I don't have anything planned. I'm not taking any bookings for the next few weeks. I'm taking stock of the situation. This is my 51st year, and at 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff, I am feeling a bit creaky. My knee's gone creaky, my back's gone creaky. So I'm just taking stock of the situation. I've only got 3 Christmas bookings so far, 2 at the same venue, and New Year's Eve I've sort of got 1 pending. I've not heard from this particular venue yet, so but I've not got any bookings taken in October. I'm not taking anything for October yet, so I'm just taking stock of the situation. Obviously it comes a time, 51 years is a long time, I've got to tell you. I don't know what you guys think about that, but anyway, I felt really happy that Jane had a good time with her friends, and on Friday, Evan and Stuart had a good time. Their friends came up, so yeah, so all in all it was a good weekend, and I hope you all had a good weekend as well. So I'm going to press this red button.